Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It is Matty here today bringing you a Fallout 4 discussion video. Now, before anything, be sure to check out the link in the description to my previous video. That is this week's Ham Radio podcast featuring the one, the only, the very sexy Alchest Breach. And we're discussing for 2 hours the entire Fallout 4 reveal trailer, every fan theory, every leak, everything. So if you guys want a big dosage of Fallout 4 content, be sure to check that out. It's a weekly thing. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to bring you some information I dug up on my own. This was not actually surprisingly the community's work, but this is all Maddie. But a lot of you guys have discussed this in the past, so I figured I'd resurrect this idea of returning characters from Fallout 3. And I have 4 of them, ironically, for you guys today that I feel will be coming back in Fallout 4. So without further ado, let's dive straight into this with the first character, who is Dr. Madison Lee, who helped James on the Project Purity project, for lack of better words. And so in her later life, according to the Fallout Wiki, as well as most of our knowledge, after the Purifier is activated, Madison leaves the Capital Wasteland and travels to the Commonwealth, Boston, to pursue other scientific purposes, allegedly because she could not stand the Brotherhood Scribes' involvement in Project Purity. And as we all know, she was very distrustful of the entire Brotherhood of Steel. And so I'd find it very interesting to see Dr. Lee come back, and why I feel like a lot of these characters could be supported to be back in Fallout 3 is because I feel like they are going to be, they leave a lot of loose ends in a way. Bethesda seems to have intentionally did that, where things could kind of stretch on, Bethesda could kind of fill in the blank when they get there. Anyways, the next character comes from the Point Lookout DLC, Desmond Lockhart. And at the end of the Point Lookout DLC, if Desmond is kept alive, Desmond disappears from the game after exiting the underground lab upon completion of a meeting of the Great Minds. And it says if talked to beforehand, he will mention traveling north to pursue his next rival, another player in the great game, a post-war struggle between former geniuses and billionaires. Now, the struggle itself is not what I'm focusing on, more so the traveling north. And if you look at a map of the United States, you'll see that north on the East Coast could possibly lead to Boston, Massachusetts. Now, this may seem like a bit of a convenience, and I think that was intentional by Bethesda. It seems far too convenient that just north of their next Fallout game is Boston, Massachusetts. Not just north, but it is some ways north, but it would make sense that Desmond may be heading here to assassinate someone, for a lack of what they're saying here. Anyways, the final 2 characters combine into one, and that's Dr. Zimmer and Armitage, his bodyguard. Obviously, these 2 would return because if there's one, there's going to be the other, because for there to be a Dr. Zimmer, he needs his bodyguard, and for there to be an Armitage, he needs Dr. Zimmer. They're both androids, and I could see them returning because they're in Fallout 3 in Rivet City looking for Harkness. Now, the reason I'm not including Harkness in this is because there's too many endings involving him where he could possibly kill these people, get his memory back, you kill him, you can turn him over. I feel like there's a lot of endings, but I feel like since Bethesda seems to be going with the good karma ending, or that's kind of the canon choice for Fallout 4 based off the survival of the super mutants as well as the Brotherhood of Steel, because you could kill them in Broken Steel. I feel like they go with the good karma choice for Armitage and Dr. Zimmer, and since that would remain with Harkness staying in Rivet City, not knowing of his android existence because he wants to live a normal life, and the railroad convinces you to let him do that, I feel like that would lead to Dr. Zimmer and Armitage returning back to the Commonwealth. Now, what exactly they'd be doing there, would they have any affiliation with the main story, side quests, or whatever, who knows, but I feel like it's a very high chance that we will see them back, considering all 3, or 4 rather, of these characters will be in Fallout 4 in some way. It seems they'll be in the Commonwealth. The only unsure one seems to be Desmond Lockhart, and obviously I discluded Harkness. There's also a chance that there's Arcade Gannon, because apparently after New Vegas he was going to trek east, but I feel like that could be anywhere, whereas, you know, the specific of going north up the East Coast for Desmond Lockhart could land him in Boston, Massachusetts. Anyways, these are 4 potential returning characters for Fallout 4 that I wanted to share with you guys. No spoilers, as always, but I figured that this would be something that'd be interesting to share with you guys, some food for thought. Maybe we'll see some returning characters, maybe we won't. But anyways, it was worth discussing. So be sure to let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. As always, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Other than that, my Fallout lovers, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.